The world of Korean entertainment thrives on mysteries, whispers, and revelations that can change the tone of an entire generation's conversations. For more than a decade, few stories have lingered in the imaginations of fans as strongly as the relationship between Jong-kook and Song Ji-hyo. From their playful banter on Running Man to their quiet support of one another off-camera, they were the subject of countless theories, fan-made videos, and speculative headlines. Were they simply close colleagues who had mastered the art of chemistry on screen? Or was there something more tender beneath their laughter? Time and again, the stars remained silent, leaving the world to wonder. Now, not only have they confirmed their marriage, but they have also revealed a decision that sparked just as much discussion. Their wedding will be held in Seoul, not in Kim Jong-kook's hometown of Hapcheon. For many, this choice seemed almost unthinkable at first. Kim Jong-kook has long been associated with values of loyalty, tradition, and filial respect. Hapcheon, the quiet county in South Gyeongsang province where he was born, has always symbolized his roots. Fans believed it was destined to be the site of his wedding, a return to the soil that nurtured him, a bow to the ancestors, a celebration that tied the past with the future. The idea of exchanging vows elsewhere felt like a break from that image, and naturally, curiosity spread like wildfire. Why Seoul? Why now? Why not Hapcheon? To begin answering this question, one must look at the paths that led Jong-kook and Ji-hyo here. Kim Jong-kook's career is the story of a man who never gave up, who pushed through back pain, who built a reputation not just as a singer but as a symbol of discipline. His muscular physique became a metaphor for the strength he carried in all aspects of his life. Song Ji-hyo, meanwhile, shattered expectations from her first day on Running Man. She was fearless, witty, unafraid to compete with male colleagues, and unwilling to play by the traditional rules of female stardom. In her acting career, she brought depth and authenticity to every role, balancing vulnerability with power. Together, they became the ace couple that fans across the globe believed in, even if neither confirmed it at the time. With such legacies, it is no surprise that their wedding is being treated not merely as a private union but as a cultural milestone. And yet, instead of the lush hills and warm embraces of Hapcheon, have chosen the towering skyline and bustling heart of Seoul as their stage. The surface-level explanation is simple enough: convenience. Seoul is where both of them live, work, and thrive. Jong-kook recently purchased a villa in Gangnam, testament to the decades of success he has accumulated. Ji-hyo runs her business and manages her acting projects from Seoul. Most of their friends, colleagues, industry insiders are based there. A city wedding eliminates the burdensome travel that a Hapcheon ceremony would demand. But if convenience were the only factor, choice would not carry the weight it does now. There is an emotional core to their decision that touches on themes of family, health, safety, and the evolution of tradition. Jong-kook has long been candid about his health struggles, his spinal surgery, his regimented exercise, his cautious lifestyle. These are not merely habits but necessities to maintain his career. Hosting a wedding in Hapcheon would not only require him to travel but also to coordinate countless guests, infrastructure, and security in a small town unequipped for such attention. The pressure would not have been his alone. Elderly relatives and senior guests would have faced hardships too. So, on the other hand, there's medical accessibility, comfortable facilities, everything required to make the event dignified without physical strain. There is also the matter of privacy and safety. Two of the most famous names in Korean entertainment cannot expect anonymity, especially on their wedding day. Hapcheon wedding could have overwhelmed the town with media, fans, and uninvited onlookers, disrupting not only the couple's peace but also the lives of local residents. Seoul provides a fortress, venues equipped with tight security, hotels that can accommodate international guests, infrastructure to manage large crowds while still creating intimacy inside the walls of the ceremony. For Ji-hyo, who has always been fiercely protective of her private life, this assurance was indispensable. Still, despite these practical explanations, remained whispers of guilt and sorrow. Jong-kook, in a heartfelt moment, admitted that he struggled with the idea of not honoring Hapcheon with the ceremony. His family roots run deep there, where his parents once dreamed of his future, where memories of childhood laughter and family gatherings remain etched in the land. To bypass Hapcheon felt, at first, a betrayal of sorts. Yet as he reflected, He realized that a wedding must be less about appeasing the expectations of a community and more about creating a foundation for the life he and Ji-hyo would build together. A wedding should be a beginning, he confessed, not a burden. Ji-hyo echoed these sentiments with her characteristic honesty. Spoke of her respect for tradition, her admiration for small-town sincerity, and her recognition of what Hapcheon means to Jong-kook. But she also pointed out the impossible weight of trying to merge that tradition with the realities of their careers. International filming, product launches, and events across Asia. They could not afford the logistical nightmare of uprooting hundreds of schedules to stage a rural wedding. Choosing Seoul was not a rejection of Hapcheon but an embrace of practicality and inclusivity. It was the only way to ensure that both family and friends could gather in joy rather than exhaustion. When the couple finally revealed these truths, the reaction from fans was electric. Social media erupted with hashtags celebrating the decision. Some lamented the absence of Hapcheon's natural beauty, but most were quick to defend the couple's choice. It didn't matter where, one fan wrote. What matters is that they are finally together. Others celebrated Seoul as a symbolic choice, the city where Running Man was filmed, where millions of fans first witnessed their unspoken bond. Where their careers blossomed. It seemed fitting that the same city would now witness their vows. Cultural commentators have seized on the story as a reflection of changing times in Korea. Weddings, once firmly tied to ancestral villages and family traditions, are increasingly becoming personal choices defined by lifestyle and circumstance. Jong-kook and Ji-hyo's decision embodies this shift, the balance between honoring one's heritage and carving a new path for the future. It is a narrative of love prevailing over obligation. Modern independence coexisting with traditional respect. Have not erased Hapcheon from their story, they have carried it with them to Seoul, allowing it to live in their hearts rather than confining it to geography. And yet, perhaps the most moving part of their explanation lies in the care they have shown for those around them. By choosing Seoul, they ensured that elderly relatives would not endure long journeys, that friends would not struggle with transportation, that international guests could attend with ease. They placed the comfort of loved ones above symbolism, proving that true love is not about grand gestures but about thoughtful decisions. This revelation turned what could have been a controversy into a moment of admiration. Fans wept, not because Hapcheon was left behind, because they saw how much the couple prioritized family, friends, and each other. In the weeks leading to the ceremony, anticipation has only grown. The villa in Gangnam is abuzz with preparations. Florists and designers working around the clock to create an event both elegant and intimate. Industry colleagues whisper about invitations that feel like golden tickets. Seoul itself seems to pulse with excitement. City preparing to host not just a wedding but the culmination of a love story that has stretched across decades and continents. What makes this union so captivating is not simply the romance between two stars, but the symbolic resonance of their choice. They are rewriting the script, not only for themselves but for an entire culture watching them. Their wedding is not about rejecting roots, about chasing glamour, but about redefining what it means to honor love in the modern age. Hapcheon remains the soil of Jungkook's beginnings, Seoul becomes the stage of their future. As the day approaches, almost imagine the moment, Ji-hyo walking down an aisle framed by Seoul's lights. Jong-kook waiting with a steady presence fans have adored for decades. The vows will not be just words exchanged between two people. Promises that echo in the hearts of millions who have followed their journey. And when they finally say I do, it will not matter that it is not in Hapcheon. What will matter is that in choosing Seoul, they chose love, unity, and the life they will build together from this day forward. Story is proof that love is not bound by geography. That tradition can be honored in spirit even when not in form. And that sometimes the bravest choice is the one that defies expectation. In the end, Jong-kook and Song Ji-hyo did not abandon Hapcheon, they transformed its meaning, carrying it with them into Seoul, to their marriage, and into every step of the life they will now share.